Hello everyone! Hey, we're back with some Star Trek Judgment Rites. So we're gonna attempt to finish this tonight. So we do have 2 more missions to do. Mission 7 and Mission 8. So for this mission we have to go to Altabus. And find out what exactly is going on here. We'll be doing that tonight. Yeah, hello there, Talking Jade. Welcome to the stream. And welcome there now if she is watching as well. Yeah, welcome to the locals as well. So let's go jump right into this. And see what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into. So we're using the music for this one, so let's load our game in. Oh, you fought the Pentagon Master and just sword break. Well, I guess that means you're screwed, right? The Tentacle Monster wins and continues to below cold air. So yeah, let's go mission 7. Speaking of mission 7, we need to dig out the old map. Oh, you got your plus 15 fast armor. That will give you some protection. I need to bring up the map. They can't keep it loaded. For some reason, your photo viewer will consume all my resources. So, yeah, just loading it when I need it. So, we are gonna go to Altabus here. And, we are gonna go. Where is 8 here? Yeah, we're gonna go up here to Altabus.
Alien ship in sensor range. I detect one Klingon battlecruiser on a parallel course.
The Klingon commander is hailing us.
On screen.
Greetings, Enterprise. Welcome to Altabus. I am Captain Kla.
What are you doing here? And I am Captain Kirk. Greetings yourself.
Okay.
I take it that this is not your vessel. What are you doing here?
Oh, let's just ask the most basic question. What the hell are you doing here?
Given that the disputed planet Altabus has not yet been awarded to either side, we have as much right to be here as you. I do hope you understand that an alien vessel in our neutral zone is a matter of legitimate concern. I apologize if it seems confrontational. This is not the time for battle. I mean only to defend Klingon interest. Diplomatically, if possible. That is sufficient for a formal introduction. Kla, out!
Well, it never rains, but pours. Mr. Sulu, take us into a parallel course with the alien ship.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Alright, so we're gonna explore an alien vessel here. I guess we have to beam down.
We're beaming aboard the alien vessel. Have Dr. McCoy meet us in the transporter. Spock, come with me. Lieutenant Uhura, if its communication system is malfunctioning, then we'll need you.
Yes, Captain.
Mr. Scott, you have the comm.
Alright, so you're coming with us, so communication's gonna be a thing here. Alright. Let's use the science tricorder, I guess, see what's got in here.
The table is a sturdy construct of manufactured organic and inorganic products. 0.7366 meters high, 2.2 meters wide, and 4.641 meters long. In short, there's nothing special about it.
That's what you think. And they say I'm the crazy one.
Alright, about these books.
Bound paper records in an alien language, Captain.
Right. Got these trees in here.
Interesting. The plant does not register in the tricorder's botany file, but it does suggest similarities to a Nemosinian cactus.
The ones that can shoot thorns at people?
Only 3 varieties of that plant can shoot thorns, Doctor. Nor do I detect that ability from this specimen.
Ah, good to know, good to know.
Interesting. The plant does not register in the tricorder's botany file, but it does suggest similarities to a Shasthar tree on the planet Beta-3.
It's beautiful, Mr. Spock.
Alright.
Interesting. The plant does not register in the tricorder's botany file, but it does suggest similarities to Algolian crocus.
Algolian crocus? Isn't Algol 3 the system with the semi-intelligent plant life?
Affirmative, Doctor. There are characteristics of similar developments in this plant, but on a more limited scale.
What about if we use the medical tricorders if the plants are alive?
This plant seems healthy, Jim. This plant seems healthy, Jim. This plant seems healthy, Jim. I'm just a simple country doctor, not a magician. There are some things I just can't fix.
Let's use the sound tricorder on that thing here. Whatever this is.
I detect nothing unusual about this table, Captain.
This is the table? Okay. Talk to these people, I guess.
Go away! You're breathing on my table.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. What's going on here? Who's in charge?
Nobody's really in charge. Maybe the phase. That's one of the things that makes me so nervous. Nobody's really in charge. I try to take charge of little things like making sure the lights work. I don't like the dark. Are you gonna be in charge now? Maybe you should talk to the phase first.
The phase? What's the phase? Why don't you just tell me what's going on here? If you need help, the Federation has many resources. Would you tell me about this ship? Why are you going to land in a town on Antabus? Why didn't you respond to our hail? The phase? What's the phase?
Yeah, what are these phases?
We contemplate our phase. Some of our people think they're the ones who keep everything going. Sometimes they tell us things to do. They remind some people when to eat. Otherwise, they'd forget. I don't forget, but that's because I'm smart. If you want to, you can probably talk to the phase in the oratory. The builders built the oratory. The room there to the south, they built the garden north. If you're hungry or if your head ain't feeling right, there's food and such in the hall. Through there, the west door. The rest hall is through the east door, but you might have to wait for one of the beds. The builders were just so logical. They thought of everything. You can go anywhere.
You know, Jim, I don't think there's much more he can tell us. I can take a tricorder reading on him if you think it's appropriate.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. What's going on here?
Let's see
Who's in
what we
charge?
can get from this.
Nobody's really in charge. Maybe the phase.
The phase? What's the phase? Why don't you just tell me what's going on here? If you need help, the Federation has many resources.
What's going on here?
We've been doing fine for 1,000 generations, Captain. Maybe more. We're happy here, just waiting for the ship to return to the builders. That's the promised time when we come home. We don't need any help.
Who are the builders? Let's get back to the main subject. Maybe you can tell me about your people. Who are the builders?
Who are these builders?
The builders are the builders, of course. Us. but a long time ago. The phase can explain it better. I get confused sometimes.
These guys are real
The builders
nuts.
built the oratory. The room there to the south, they built the garden north. If you're hungry or if your head ain't...
You know,
I
Jim,
did that.
I don't think there's much more.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Star.
Nobody's really in charge.
Oh, let's see
Phase?
what I can find out.
Why don't you just tell me? Would you tell me about this ship? Why are you going to land in a town on Atibus? Why didn't you respond to our hail?
We're going to land? Has the promised time come? I have to think about this. Please don't bother me anymore.
Oh boy, okay. Let's use I see communications officer.
The nervous youngster flinches away.
You are of the dark, are you? But you can't hurt me. Not while the lights are on. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not.
He glances up swiftly, then returns to his careful study of the tabletop.
Go away. I'm busy. My table must be kept clean.
Maybe we need to talk to...
Captain, this place gives me the willies. I feel like I'm on a yellow alert without knowing why.
I find the situation in this room disturbingly irrational at first impression, Captain. I suggest we endeavor to understand what we see around us in order to make a sensible analysis.
Captain, individuals on this ship appear to be suffering, perhaps from certain mental disorders. Were I to examine them, I might be able to determine something more.
Yeah, let's go ahead and examine.
His mental activity is very high, but doesn't seem pathologic, Jim. Respiratory activity indicates a high degree of anxiety by comparison with others of his race. Now, that much stress is unhealthy if this is a chronic state.
Right, anxiety.
Slightly undernourished, sluggish pulmonary and circulatory conditioning. Doesn't get nearly enough exercise, I'd say. Brainwave activity uneven. I'd need a battery of tests to be sure. This is a complete new race after all, but he may be suffering from some blood chemistry imbalances, likely to be affecting his mind.
He glances up swiftly, then returns to his careful study of the tabletop.
Go away. I'm busy. My table must be kept clean.
Grinagog shies away from the lieutenant, then laughs nervously.
What? Anything with you? Okay. Maybe we should check that panel in the room. Let's go back. There's a panel. Well, panel up here.
Grid work over recessed lighting mechanisms.
Okay.
Get away from my table. You'll get it dirty.
It seems like we need to do something here. Obviously not these mental patients. That's for sure. What about this?
No effect.
We can't take that.
A sturdy, simple chair. A comfortable-looking room suited for small gatherings of people. A potted plant. Grid work over recessed lighting mechanisms.
Well, if there's lights, then there should be a switch somewhere. somebody else over here. Let's talk to this guy, I guess.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Who are you?
Jakesy.
What can you tell me about this place, Jakesy? Can I play with the blocks, Jakesy? Can you smile for me, Jakesy? Is there something you want, Jakesy? What can you tell me about this place, Jakesy?
Oh, let's talk to JC.
The sweet-faced adult shakes his head no.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Who are you?
Jakesy.
What, can I play with the blocks, Jakesy?
The sweet-faced adult shakes his head no.
Alright, let's talk to this other guy then.
Methinks you peasants should know your place, and speak only when royalty speaks first to you. Methinks you peasants should know your place, and speak only when royalty speaks first to you.
Oh, this guy thinks he's a king, huh? Yeah, since we have a communications officer, maybe we should have her do some talking here.
What a noble-looking woman. You have my permission to speak. What a noble-looking woman. You have my permission to speak. You stand out remarkably, bearing yourself like a queen. Yet these Carls do not treat you as royalty. Surely you have royal blood flowing in your veins?
Bloodlines do not dictate who we listen to. We weigh a person's worth by their actions. My leader here is Captain Kirk, an admirable man. Speak with him.
Alright, that's one option.
My ancestors ruled in the lands of Kush and Timbuktu. We may speak as peers, you and I.
Since these guys are all nuts, this might be the best option.
Royalty recognizes royalty, does it not? Look on me and decide for yourself. You will know. Bloodlines do not dictate who we listen. My ancestors ruled in the
Let's
lands
see
of
if we
Kush and
can,
Timbuktu. We may speak as peers, you and I.
Oh, I am so glad to find another of royal blood. I am so tired of sitting here all the time, but whenever I leave, thralls and lesser folk plant their fundaments on the great throne, and that's just not acceptable. I know you'll mind the proprieties and not let anyone else sit on the throne. And now, I'll finally be able to go and get some rest.
Alright, so he's gonna leave. That will allow us to maybe talk to JC here.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Who are you?
Jakesy.
What can you tell me about this place, Jakesy?
The sweet-faced adult shakes his head no.
We can't really speak, I guess.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk.
Jakesy.
What can you tell me about this? Can I play with the blocks? Can you smile for me, Jakesy?
The sweet-faced adult shakes his head no.
Well, you absolutely understand the word no. Let's see what else is in this room.
A normal-looking switch.
Might be a light switch.
An ordinary chair, originally similar to others in the room, except someone has nailed the legs onto a raised platform, increased the height of the back, widened the seat, and glued on broad and blocky arms. Bright paint in red and purple and gold gives it a garish appearance. You think it's meant to look impressive, but it just looks rather pathetic. A plant. A piece of cloth.
Alright, let's go and hit the switch. So, is there anything in here, or what?
You manage to untwist a length of wire and a light bar.
Alright, so you have a wire and a light bar. Alright, let's go and use the medical tricorder on him.
I believe this person has reached adulthood physically, Jim. But brain activity scans suggest he may have suffered a failure to mature intellectually.
Alright.
I'm just a simple country doctor, not a magician. There's some things I just can't fix.
Let's use the sounds tricorder on these plants, see if we get anything new.
Interesting. The plant does not register in the tricorder's botany file, but it does suggest similarities to Algolian crocus.
Algolian crocus? Isn't Algol 3 the system with the semi-intelligent plant life?
Affirmative, Doctor. There are characters.
Yeah, what about that? What about this plant here? This is the same as well?
This individual appears to be typical of his race, perhaps somewhat elderly. The crown is made of paper.
And the ones that can shoot thorns at people?
Only 3 varieties of that plant can.
Let's get back to the light, I guess, and go to the next room, I guess. Probably gonna make a save here.
Save new game.
Mission 7. Oh, there's our good king.
This individual is a juvenile in good condition, although mildly undernourished. There's no immediate danger, but there's some traits that should be watched. He's healthy now, both mentally and physically, but he's at some risk if he's put under too much stress.
Oh, what about this king?
This individual is a bit elderly, but not in too bad shape when you take that into account. He seems to be suffering some brain lesions that might be genetically linked to nerve degeneration in the lower back.
Alright, can we talk to this guy?
Hi there, I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Who are you?
I'm Stan Bob. Did my mom say I could talk to you?
Why, yes, she did. What can you tell us about things going on here? No, not exactly. We'd like to know what you can tell us about things going on here, though. I don't know that we've seen your mother. Still, if you can tell us something about what's going on here, we would appreciate knowing it. Why, yes, she did. What can you tell? I don't know. No, not exactly. We'd like to know what you can tell us about things. I don't know that we've seen your mother. Still, if you can tell us something about what's going on here, we would appreciate knowing it.
I don't think my mom would want me to talk to you. Please go away and stop bothering me.
Alright, so we want to talk to the king because he's a jerk. Is there another door here?
Get back! I don't recognize you, you strangers! Rekabak, Gormagon, you recognize these people?
No, Tuscan, we sure don't.
Keep them away. Keep them away from me. They'll hurt us. They're out to get us, I tell you. Have I ever been wrong?
No, Tuscan, you kept us safe, and we keep you safe. We won't let him get you.
You people don't want to come any closer. Honest, I don't want to have to hurt any of you. It's just that Tuscan won't like it. I hope you don't mind, but you really have got to stay back.
Protect me. They're after me.
We'll hurt you, so just stay back.
We really don't want to hurt you, you know, but you gotta stay back.
The tricorder informs me that the Klingon boarding crew has just beamed into the adjacent room, Captain.
You are Kirk. I am Kla, captain of the Power Ya. This is my aide.
These Klingons are so innovative in their introductions.
Shh.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk, commanding the USS Enterprise. These are my crew, Science Officer Spock, Lieutenant Uhura, and Dr. McCoy. What can I do for you, Captain Clark?
You can avoid interfering with me or my man as we look around the ship, the same as you. And with the same air of mutual goodwill, we will avoid interfering with your activities. Unless we have cause to think your actions in some way threaten us or the Empire we represent.
We do not threaten the Klingon Empire, Captain Clark, nor its legitimate representatives.
Then there will be no difficulties between us, will there? We will leave you to your investigations now and carry on our own. You won't mind if we're in the room, will you?
We'd consider it a mark of our mutual respect, Captain, if you don't get in our way, and we won't get in yours.
Alright. Let's see what's going on here.
Gormagon is a large person with a slightly cowed and uneasy expression. He bears a strong familial resemblance to Rakabak, but gives the impression of somewhat more intelligence.
More intelligence, alright.
You like chess? Any good? Jakesie's a whiz at it, even though he's pretty slow about everything else. My brother Rakabak took away his stuffed bear. Jakesie won't come in here to play anymore. This is my greatest game ever. Give you the bear if you can beat me.
Yeah, you can have the dumb bear if you beat my brother at chess, and if you don't cheat.
Alright, so I think the bear is going to be the key to this. So we get the bear, and then we can go over to Jakesie and get him over here to the chess set. Let's go ahead and scan these people, see what we can find out about them.
Gormagon is one of the healthier individuals on this ship. Except for emotional stress, probably the result of being bullied by his buddies here. He's reasonably sound in mind and body. If I had to, I'd feel confident about treating him medically.
What? I could've. He could've.
Like so many others aboard this ship, he's the victim of developmental genetic damage. Chromosomal misalignment induces a greater inclination to violence. I wouldn't feel confident enough to treat him medically without the full database of the Enterprise systems. Jim, he has fairly extensive brain damage and may be causing paranoid delusions. It's also resulting in increased levels of hostility. His adrenaline levels run quite high, and there's been organ damage from the extreme stress.
Okay. Well, there's a chest set, so let's try taking the bear.
If you want the bear, you'll have to beat me at this game of chess.
Alright, let's have Spock play chess.
A complex situation. However, check and mate.
How'd you do that?
He cheated you, brother. He must have cheated you.
No, that's a legal move. Here, take the bear. I promised, and I do what I say.
I think it's a dumb game. That's what I think of this game. I think it's a dumb game. That's what I think of this game.
Okay. So we can probably exchange the bear for some blocks or something. I think blocks are anything that he has. So I wonder if we can attempt to take the blocks first.
Although evidently an adult, Jakesie looks as stricken as any child, his eyes filling with fearful tears.
My blocks?
Don't take nice blocks, please.
Captain, I don't think it would be right to take these away from him.
Perhaps we could find something he'd take in exchange, Captain.
The adult with a youngster's mind holds his arms out to you.
Alright, let's give him the bear.
Soft. Nice. You get blocks now?
He gathers together the blocks and gives them out to you.
Oh, do we have the blocks? Let's pick them up. No, we got the blocks. Oh boy, we got lots of plants in here.
We are just here to look around, Captain. I'm sure you don't mind.
Would it matter if we did?
Your doctor's discourtesy, though indirect, does no credit to your party, Captain Kirk. I would have expected better when we have done nothing to warrant rudeness.
We need not interfere with one another's activities, I think.
Maybe we need to not come here yet. So can we go south down here or not? Alright, we got another room here.
Captain, we have just been thoroughly and efficiently scanned.
Please identify yourself. You haven't been in to see me before, have you?
I'm Captain James T. Kirk, commanding the USS Enterprise. These others are my crew. Science Officer Spock, Lieutenant Uhura, and Dr. McCoy. Who are you?
We are the Fays. Did not your parents speak of me?
Captain, note that it identifies itself only erratically in the singular I, and a blend of voices typifies its communication.
Are you suggesting it is a hive mind, Mr. Spock? Or is the voice synthesizer simply programmed for a harmonic chord of voices?
Inconclusive. It may also be that an array of otherwise independent machines have been linked to provide the requisite computing power. Although that is an antique and unsophisticated method of achieving this level of intelligence, at odds with the overall level of sophistication and evidence. I suggest we pay close attention to both its actions and its words.
Phase, why would our parents have spoken to you?
I am here to care for all of you, Kirk. It is easier for me to care for you when you are younger, but sometimes one's parents are forgetful. We understand. I will care for you now. You will feel better after you eat.
Great. A food-fixating mothering computer.
It could, in fact, be very much that.
Phase, you're about to land on a planet inhabited by sentients in the middle of a settlement. If you are in control of this vessel, you must stop. You must not land there.
You will feel better after you eat, dear. Run along now. I'm very busy.
Alright, so we have a daycare. Looks like a daycare somewhere here. Let's look at this woman.
A female of middle age is seated against one wall. Her arms lie limply by her sides, and her legs are outstretched, giving her the aspect of a discarded rag doll. She is completely motionless as she stares into middle distance, focused on nothing.
Now let's get the medical tricorder on her.
She's cataleptic, Jim. Completely submerged within her mind. Completely withdrawn from external stimuli. If I were to put her arm up in the air, it would stay there until I moved it back down.
Psychological damage or something physical?
I can't be sure, even with rather extensive tests. But from the tricorder readings, I would say some psychological shock ruptured an inherently fragile cognitive structure. In ancient times, they would have said she was skittish, or prone to a nervous breakdown, a weak mind. There are a myriad of childhood developmental blind alleys that might restrict her adult pattern creation representation capabilities.
Bone, stop. You're starting to sound like Spock.
You do not have to be insulting, Captain.
Since can't do anything physically, so maybe we can do something mind bending with Spock here.
Are you suggesting I attempt a Vulcan mind meld, Captain?
It does seem an appropriate effort in this circumstance.
It will take me a moment to prepare myself. Doctor, please monitor her life signs. The procedure does entail some risk.
Not only to her, but to you too. Am I right?
I assure you, Doctor, I will retain sufficient distance to avoid being dragged into something from which I cannot withdraw.
Go ahead now, Spock.
Okay.
I am Puzzlewit. I am the one who reads it all. I do not understand. I try. I read it all. So many ideas. Always jumbled, though cannot make sense of. Puzzlewit wants to know. Hope to discover why why I cannot. I try to remember it all. Then Tuscan comes in. He destroys me. My hopes, all broken, all shattered. Ow. I'm broken in countless pieces.
Doctor?
No physical injuries, Captain. Not to him or to her.
Tuscan's scared of me. Scared. For no reason. He thinks I know. I know, but I don't know. I don't understand. Nothing connects to anything else. I want to know it all. Hope then I'll understand. He thinks I'll hurt him. I don't hurt anybody. I just want to know more. Now, I only know what I know. Never know what Puzzlewit doesn't know. Anymore.
What's going on here, Kirk?
We are trying to help this woman, Captain Clark. Be quiet, or you'll put her and my science officer both at considerable risk.
He's trying to make a mental slave of the alien, Captain. She could tell him the secrets of this ship, of its transit through the Klingon Empire. Stop him!
We'll listen in a moment, and wouldn't have a representative of the Federation damage or rendering assistance.
Puzzlewit remembers. Everything she reads. Subject. Screen laminates. Reflective. Subject to autotrophic bonding with molybdenized nitrous oxides in the presence of cyanodephosphorus gases. Subject. Wiring systems. Auxiliary to the cryptolog.
Does Puzzlewit remember this ship passing through Klingon space, perhaps?
All the paralenses were copied prior to liftoff. No new encryption was permitted. We could only read, not write to them.
That's stellar ejector, Captain. Why would a computer terminal permit read-only interface, I ask you?
The builders didn't trust us. Didn't think we would be capable. We were damaged. Now, the reader is damaged. It's broken like Puzzlewit. Like us all. Like Tuscan. The parallels can't be replaced. The reader can't be fixed. Puzzlewit can't be fixed. Nothing to read now. Nothing new. to learn, to remember. Stupid. Like Tusken now.
This whole thing is stupid, if you ask me.
Anything but stupid, in fact. Captain Kirk, the library this woman read has been recorded entirely in her mind, although she lacks the ability to understand it or even to recall it in an orderly manner. She believed if she could fill up her mind, acquire enough knowledge, understanding would come. Now her personality is withdrawing, refusing to accept the loss of everything she has not yet been able to read. She pinned all her hopes on this, and without it, she may lose the will to live.
Do you know everything she knows now?
No, Captain Clark, I do not. This race has very unusual mind patterns, and I am fortunate she was in as passive a state as she is mentally. It is very likely I would have been hurt were she less withdrawn to begin with. Moreover, the knowledge she does possess is a very peculiar admixture, reflecting this society's uneven level of advancement. Archaisms and startling breakthroughs coexist.
So there is much to be learned from this woman, and from this ship.
Knowledge the Federation would gladly share with friends, Captain Clark.
Let nothing happen to this alien woman, Captain. If she should die, I would take it as an indication that you would sooner let her perish than share her special knowledge with the Klingon Empire.
Captain Clark, if I took her aboard the Enterprise, I might be able to help her.
I would have expected such treachery from the likes of you. You'll start an interstellar incident like this.
I thought some of the folks on board this ship were paranoids.
Gentlemen, gentlemen. Captain Clark, we don't want this woman to die any more than you do. Not because we want to milk her brain dry, but because she's an important being in her own right. Just as important to the universe as, well, as your companion here. Maybe more so. Dr. McCoy will do what he can. That's all that can be expected.
That's all I would expect. Goodbye for now, Captain. Expect to see us again.
Alright, so this woman might have to find some way to heal her. Alright, so I don't think there's anything else we can do here at the moment.
The guts of this machinery have been torn from the wall, leaving broken plastic and bent metal dangling. It doesn't look like it will ever work again.
Of course not. Well, let's see if there's anything else in here.
A column of iridescent sparkles and shimmers, punctuated by floating bubbles of colored light, dances around and within a barely visible central support frame. Gazing at it relaxes you and brings a mild but pleasant sense of peace and calm.
Peace and calm. Alright. That is about it. I guess we'll go back to that room with the plants in it. I think that's the only other room that we already haven't done anything in. Well, should we go this way too? Is this another option?
A mechanized food delivery and recycling system not unlike what you see every day aboard the Enterprise. A computer terminal with various access ports, a scanning rod, and a workspace. An unremarkable piece of furniture offering nothing but a flat surface from which to eat while standing up. A large machine made from a red metal. A wan-looking female stands dejectedly, her shoulders slumped. Her whole appearance expresses deep worry and bone-crushing weariness.
Let's try to let's look at the plant room first. Then we'll come back here, I guess. See if we can do anything in here without the Klingon here. So Klingon are not here, so Oh, here they are.
A Klingon officer whose direct and intense expression never wavers. These plants look green and healthy, with strong stems and shiny leaves. A large countertop well suited as a workbench with what appears to be mechanized assists and a hookup close at hand. A small data terminal seems to be part of the design.
Okay, alright, let's see here. Let's use the science tricorder here. See what these things are.
A combination workspace and computer console, Captain, with robotic leads on the visible hookups. The data terminal appears to serve as data storage and analysis of materials put on the countertop. In short, I believe it acts as a gardener's assistant to anyone working on the plants in this room. I do detect some evidence of malfunction in one of the hookups, but I believe it would take the inestimable skills of someone like Commander Scott to track down the problem, much less repair it.
Are you saying it's broken?
Only a small part seems to be broken, something involving one of the feed lines. The rest of it appears to be in good order.
Alright.
The ceiling is plastered on a titanium steel frame. The pipes are ionic copper.
What about these plants?
Nothing unusual about that object, Captain.
Nothing unusual about that object, Captain. Doesn't seem like anything we can do in here at the moment.
A combination workspace and computer console, Captain. Captain Klar is a living, breathing Klingon in the flesh. A living, breathing Klingon in the flesh.
What about, is this anything over here?
A simple sliding door of reasonable dimensions for a person to walk through.
Can we walk through here? Uh-huh. Alright, so...
A mechanized food delivery and recycling system not unlike what you see every day aboard the Enterprise.
Let's, talk
Hi
to
there,
her.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Who are you?
I'm called Ma. My son is Stan Bob, and I failed him. I feel so badly. I'm a terrible mother.
The woman's eyes brim with tears and she can't continue the conversation.
Alright, so I guess we need to do something in here.
This appears to be a kind of all-purpose first aid station and medical dispensary with computer-aided diagnostics. Captain, from the configuration of equipment here, it is possible for someone to use this machine as a workstation and prepare medicine for someone who, for example, would be unable to come to the station for treatment.
Alright, so McCoy might be able to use that.
This machine appears to be made from solid uranium steel. It appears to contain computer processors for the medical unit. I detect numerous redundant circuits and fail-safes.
Reminds me of Vulcan anatomy.
A metal and plastic construct, slightly over a meter high, built into the floor.
Alright, food dispensing machine, I believe.
This mechanized food delivery and recycling system is similar to the Enterprise's system. One significant difference is that it includes a scanning feature on the person making the request for food. I also note that the machinery accepts used dishes and reusable materials for recycling. Since this ship is a narrowly enclosed system, Captain, of the various mental conditions we have seen among the inhabitants of this ship, most, although not all, have been non-violent. Dr. McCoy may need to examine this data further, but I believe through the food dispenser, the individuals aboard this ship are regularly medicated, often tranquilized.
Can we maybe do?
I'm just a simple country doctor, not a magician. I'm just a simple.
I don't think we can do anything else in here. There appears to be nothing else here. Let's go back to the plant room, I guess. Maybe we need to go up here. Let's just take this back here again.
Welcome back. Are you feeling better?
Okay, we gotta figure out what the hell we need to do here. So we need to cure that guy's son, that looks like. And we're gonna need to maybe do something in the plant room to fix that? I don't know.
Fragments of what looks like glass glitter sharply, reflecting iridescent gleams like oil floating on water. Some fragments are larger and some smaller, but it is impossible to tell what the glassy objects originally looked like. Evidently, someone deliberately smashed them, intending total destruction.
Well, can we pick these up? Yeah, we can.
You succeed in cutting your fingers and bleeding profusely from the many tiny capillaries in your hands.
Well, that's good. So we got blocks and a light and a wire.
No effect. No effect.
We appreciate your desire to become one with me, but it is impossible. Despite what you may think, this is no short route to Godhead.
Well, I'd like to become a god. Alright, so what now? Oh, anything I need is missing something. Missed another spot somewhere. Can we go down here? No, cannot go down there. What about I can't pick up those wires at all. Okay.
Protect me. They're after me.
We'll hurt ya, so just stay back.
We really don't want to hurt you, you know, but you gotta stay back.
See here, Captain Claw. I told you those Federation scum would be nosing around behind our backs.
The Klingon observers seem interested in remaining to watch what goes on here.
Let's just look around the room here.
An overturned toy box. A pillow. Pieces of wood and plastic. They were originally part of a toy.
Doesn't seem to be anything worthwhile here. Let's talk. Maybe we get some hints.
I believe this room shows that this was in fact a sleeper ship, Captain. Notice the beds. They appear to be in general use now, but show every evidence of being cryo-sleep pods initially.
Alright. Let's go back over here.
A table. A potted plant. A potted plant.
Alright. Nothing exciting here.
A book.
You wanna pick up this book?
I don't see how these can help us, Captain. I don't see how these can help us, Captain.
Let's just try using this machine, maybe.
There is nothing on the work console. Proceed with your work. This console is prepared to scan items anytime you are prepared to use it.
Okay.
A large countertop well suited as a workbench with what appears to be mechanized assists and a hookup close at hand. A small data terminal seems to be part of the design. A large countertop
Might some pixel hunt that
A
we
large
need to do.
countertop. A large countertop well suited as a large countertop well suited.
I don't think I have anything to put in here.
Inert organics including phosphorus, nitrogen, ammonia, and calcium compounds. In this form, impractical to use as fertilizing nutrients.
Alright,
No, I don't think that's necessary.
Let's probably try to use a light here.
No, I don't think that's necessary.
No, it looks like we'll eventually use these blocks in this machine.
No, I don't think that's necessary.
A large countertop well suited as a... The room is filled with the rich scent of growing things. There is much lush growth, and some which is not thriving as well. A gardener's work table is against one wall.
Let's talk to Spock.
A hydroponics room, Captain. The console against the wall appears to be a workbench.
This might be a nice little garden if they added some rustic wooden benches and a little fountain, yes.
A shame there aren't any flowers, Captain, but the lushness of the greenery is still very pleasant.
Let's talk to you.
My aide and I are merely observing both you and conditions on this ship. Should I have an observation to share with you, I will certainly not hesitate to do so.
A veritable Garden of Eden.
Beware of serpents, Jim.
Okay.
The room is filled with the rich scent of growing. No effect.
See if there's something we can grab in here.
No effect. No effect. No effect. No effect. The feeder hose comes free and a mechanism pulls it out of the way. But a terrible stench rises out of the container, smelling like many things died in there long ago.
Alright, so we got something. So clicking around definitely helps. So what do we got here?
A round metal keg with a feeder hose attachment on top.
Alright, we got the feeder hose. So, yeah, let's put that on the workbench here.
The nutrient broth in this container has become contaminated. It should be disinfected before the container can be reused.
Alright, let's go and stun it, maybe?
That is not logical, Captain. The stun setting will not sterilize the container.
Alright, so we need to set it to kill them?
Captain, destroying the equipment will achieve nothing.
Ah, it'd be fun. It would be fun to destroy equipment. Alright, go ahead and do that.
The container heats up rapidly and foul-smelling smoke pours out of the small opening on the top.
This container must be refilled with nutrient broth before it is replaced for use.
Okay, so we need to put something in it.
Two feeder hoses roll out on wired mechanisms and insert into the container. From one flows a clear liquid nearly filling the container. The other hose just makes burping noises.
Alright, so I know that when we use the blocks on this machine, it actually allows us to do it. So let's try and put these in now.
The blocks fit through the opening, splashing as they plunge into the liquid.
Alright, nothing happened. So maybe we need a phaser to dissolve the blocks or something?
I do not believe the stun setting is powerful enough to break the chemical bonds in the blocks.
So those blocks are probably like nutrients, I bet.
The container heats up slowly and the sound of bubbling echoes from inside. You stop and the container quickly cools.
I think that did it, Captain.
Alright, and let's go ahead and put this back on where it belongs.
You take the metal keg.
And put that on here.
You settle the container back into the niche it was removed from. The feeder hose, looking shiny and clean, rides out on some mechanism and reattaches to the newly filled container. You hear gurgling and see the nutrient broth begin swirling through the liquid medium. The dying plants seem to perk up before your very eyes.
Oh, okay. I imagine that these things will grow now or get something on it, so maybe we need to leave and come back.
The nutrient additive is making these fruit-bearing plants grow at an astonishing rate.
Alright, let's go and let's see if going back in and out makes any difference. Yeah, there it goes. And let's go and put this.
The red fruit comes free easily, dropping into your hand like it belongs there. You already have a piece of fruit.
Oh, I really go here and probably give this fruit to her son, maybe. Let's talk to her again.
Hi there, I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Are you feeling all right, ma'am? Can you tell me what the problem is? You look so sad. Would it help to tell us why you look so down? Hi there, I'm Captain James T. Kirk.
I'm called Ma. My son is Stambob. And I failed him. I feel so badly. I'm a terrible mother.
The woman's eyes brim with tears and she can't continue the conversation.
Hi there, I'm Captain... Are you feeling all right, ma'am? Can you tell me what the problem is?
I'm a bad mother. I tried to do right, get him what he wants and needs. Just so depressed. Everything died.
Who died? What died? I'd like to help if I can.
I did it. I'm a bad person. Killed all the plants, and now they don't produce anymore. I'm not worthy to have a good son like him.
A mother's job can be difficult. I'm sure you did your best for your son. Would you care to tell me about it?
That's probably what you
Why do you think you were the one who killed the plants? Have you even looked in on them recently? What if someone showed you that you were wrong? A mother's job can be difficult. I'm sure you did your best. Why do you think you were the one who killed the plants? Have you even looked in on them recently? What if someone showed you that you were wrong?
I'm eating what the phase makes for me, so I'm just resting. I'm tired, and I really don't feel like doing anything. I'd be so happy to know my boy could have safe food again. It's better for him than what the phase provides, I think. But I killed the plants. They're dead, and I can't make them better.
The woman's eyes brim with tears and she can't continue the conversation.
Alright, so obviously figured that out before talking to her. Let's see, give her these fruit.
You got the plants to give fruit again, and I'd given up. Oh, I'm so happy. But I don't want to eat this. My son loves fruit, can't get enough, and I want him to have this. Please take it to him. He should be playing in the sleeping hall. I've warned him about not talking to strangers, but it's all right if you do so. You can tell him I said it was okay.
Alright, so now I know which guy, which person he's talking about. So let's go in here and talk to that guy. Not exactly sure what the final objective of this alien ship is exactly yet. Alright, let's go and make a save here.
Save new game. Replace previous game.
And then, alright, let's go and give him the fruit.
This is for me? Wow, thank you. Mom would really be happy. She has been so sad about not being able to give me what I like to eat. Even though I told her it was okay, she was really, really sad. Now she'll be really happy. Thank you.
Alright. Let's talk to him. Maybe now he'll talk to us.
Hi there, remember me?
Uh-huh. I remember. You wanted to ask me about something.
Tell me about Tusken and his friends. Tell me about the playroom. Tell me about your mom. I think that's all for now, Stambob. Go on back to what you were doing. Maybe we can talk later. Tell me about Tusken and his friends.
Yeah, let's talk about Tusken and his friends. That's probably the only room that we haven't been able to do much in.
Tusken and his friends aren't nice to me. They're nice to my mom because they trust her, though. She's the only one that brings them food. Sometimes she brings me safe food, too, but she hasn't lately. I get pretty hungry because the safe food I put away in a secret place isn't any good anymore.
Tell me about Tusken and his friends. Tell me about the playroom.
It's through there, through the east door. Tusken and his friends have taken it over. They play mean, except they don't play mean to my mom. That's on account of they think she won't let the food be bad.
Tell me about Tuscan and his friends. Tell me about the playroom. Tell me about your mom.
Her name's Mom. She takes care of the garden, but she gets real sad a lot. She brings me fresh fruit, says it's good for me. I like fresh fruit, whole bunches. She hasn't brought me any in a while, and what I put away in a secret place isn't looking good anymore.
Tell me about Tuscan and his friends. Tell me about the playroom. Tell me about your mom. Tell me about the food.
Let's talk about the food.
The food out of the machines can make me feel really sleepy and not very good. Mom says it's because of the stuff they put in the food. Tuscan says it's poison and won't take any food from anyone but my mom. I put some good food away in a secret place, but the food doesn't look so good anymore. Do you want to see?
Sure, why don't you show us? No, I don't think that's necessary. I think that's all for now, Stan Bob. Sure, why don't you show us?
Yeah, let's show me the food.
The youngster opens a hidden cabinet near him, and a sour smell like rotting fruit flows from the opening.
See, it went bad.
Alright, let's do out of that. We go back to mall, I guess.
No effect.
Grab this.
It's slippery, sloppy, stinky, and goopy. But you collect what's there into a large specimen bag.
Alrighty then. So let's go back to mall. Oh, we have our good friends here.
I have to thank you again for what you did for my son. I was feeling so depressed because I couldn't give him the food I know is better for him than what the Fays make in the machinery. I don't trust the machinery food, and that's why I tended the garden, made fresh food. Even Tuscan will eat food I give to him, and he doesn't trust anyone. If you ever need help, just show me what you want to give him.
Well, maybe you want to poison him with this bad food.
She looks at you with disgust and refuses the food. The youngster Stambob comes to the doorway.
Mom, these nice people got me some fruit. It's fresh and everything, so you don't need to be sad anymore.
Son, I'm so glad. It means the plants are healthy again, and you won't have to eat food I'm not sure is good for you. Thank you, strangers.
I'm going back to my room, Mom, but I wanted you to know.
Maybe talk to her again?
I have to thank you again for what you did for my son.
No, maybe we can give her this?
She looks at you with disgust and refuses the food.
Alright, maybe we need to use the food machine here for something.
The machine whirs, lights blink, and a pre-packaged container of food is deposited on the tray.
Alright. Alright, let's take this.
The box of prepared food is light and compact.
So maybe we can use it on this machine here on the right side. Let's go and try that.
A light scans the food box and the computer screen lights up.
The food in this box has been prepared with standard quantities of tranquilizing alkaloids, calmatives, and euphorics. The drugs and chemicals added in preparation cannot be extracted without degradation of their potency.
Alright, maybe we can put the bad food in there?
A light scans the reeking glop, and the computer screen lights up.
The alkaloids present in this organic mass can be reduced to a high-potency tranquilizer. The undesirable emetics and purgatives can be eliminated. The resultant drug should be mixed with prepared food and eaten to produce a soporific effect. Do you wish to prepare the specified tranquilizer from this mix?
No, skip it. We'll just put this away and go on to something else.
Oh, we're gonna tranquilize
Yes,
somebody
continue.
here.
No, skip. Yes, continue.
Done. The drug is prepared. Bring over the food you wish dosed with the drug, and the tranquilizer will be added.
Alright, and then we're gonna use the box of food here.
A light scans the food box, and the computer screen lights up.
The food in this box has been prepared with standard quantities of tranquilizing alkaloids, comatives, and euphorics. The drugs and chemicals added in preparation cannot be extracted without degradation of their potency. The high-potency dosage of alkaloid tranquilizer you have prepared may be added now, if you wish.
Go ahead.
Alright.
No, I don't think we need to do that. Go ahead.
Alright, go ahead and do that. Alright, so we got some really drugged food here. So give us the mall to give to the guys, I guess.
I have to thank you again for what you did for my son. I was feeling so depressed because I couldn't give him the food I know is better for him than what the Fae's make in the machine.
Tuscan will only accept food from you. You said you'd help us after we helped you. Will you give this to Tuscan? It's heavily medicated, but that might help Dr. McCoy here to do something so he's better off.
I'll take this to Tuscan now because I trust you. Go back to him and show him your food. He'll call for me, and I'll give him this instead. He'll be a good boy.
Okay, we'll do that. Hello there, Johannes. Welcome to the stream. We're getting ready to drug somebody with some tranquilizing food. Alright, let's go over here. Well, I should probably make a save here since we did a lot of stuff here.
Save new game.
So let's go
Cancel. Save new game.
and save.
Save new game. Replace previous game.
Protect me. They're after me.
We'll hurt ya, so just stay back.
We really don't want to hurt you, you know, but you gotta stay back.
See here, Captain Claw. I told you those Federation scum would be nosing around behind our backs.
The Klingon observers seem interested in remaining to watch what goes on here.
Oh, let's give them the food. I don't have it anymore. We need to. So I guess we need to grab another piece of food, I guess. Just don't have any more food, and then we'll need to package stuff. So that sounds like what we need to do here, I think. And then Maul will come by and come with the tranquilized food. And put the guy to sleep.
The red fruit comes free easily, dropping into your hand like it belongs there.
Alright, let's go and... get this done here. Yeah, this is definitely a long mission, for sure. So this is the only room we haven't been able to do anything in yet.
We'll hurt ya, so just stay back.
We really don't want to hurt you, you know, but you gotta stay back.
Alright, let's go and...
See here, Captain Claw. I told you those Federation scum would be nosing around behind our backs.
The Klingon observers seem interested in remaining to watch what goes on here.
Yeah, that looks good. And I am hungry. But Tusken always said not to eat nothing Maul didn't say was okay. Thank you anyway, but I can't take that food.
Is the Maul gonna show up?
Yeah, that looks good. And I'm hungry. But Tusken...
maybe it goes to... Which one of these is Tusken?
Tusken is a rather mangy looking individual.
He's the one in the back. So maybe give him the food.
I am hungry. So hungry. It looks like good, wholesome. Maul? Where's Maul? I don't take nothing from nobody. Nobody except her. You do something to it. Make me different. You'd rewire my head.
There she comes.
Call for me, Tusken? I thought you might be hungry, so I brought you something you can safely eat. You know you can trust me, Tusken.
Yeah, I know I can. And I am hungry. Didn't want to eat something I couldn't be sure of. Give me that. Now I want to take a nap. Mom, you watch out for me, okay?
Oh yeah, knock him out for a while. Let's talk to these guys.
I'm more interested in a good fight than in talking.
I listened to my brother Rackaback and to my friend Tusken. They say we have to protect this room and keep anyone from getting into it. Tusken's afraid. Well, Tusken's just confused. I don't think I should go into it right now, but he thinks if people knew all about this place, they'd hurt his mind. Actually...
Be careful, brother. Remember that Tusken warned us people might seem nice, but not really be nice.
I don't know what would happen, actually. After all, I can't read the future.
Okay. Let's talk to my...
Rackaback seems like he could be a big problem for us, Jim. He's obviously prone to violence, and there may be no gentle way to deal with him. He's clearly unreasonable.
So you probably have to stun Rackaback, maybe?
I think Gormagon may hold the key to our understanding of this situation, Captain. He seems rather more reasonable than some others here.
Alright.
I think Gormagon is the one to click with, Captain. Fortunately, he seems pretty reasonable to talk to, or at least to interact with. Except for the way he's bullied all the time.
Captain Kirk, don't waste your time or mine. I expect more than that of you.
Alright, let's go ahead and stun the big goon here.
Rackaback falls, defenseless against the power of the phaser.
An inelegant solution, Captain Kirk. But efficient.
Oh, now let's talk to you.
I listened to my brother Rackaback and to my friend Tusken. They say we have to protect this room and keep anyone from getting into it. Tusken's afraid. Well, Tusken's just confused. I don't think I should go into it right now, but he thinks if people knew all about this place, they'd hurt his mind. Actually, I'm sure things would change. It might be a change for the better, maybe. Maybe not. I'm not sure what to think of you. I just don't know if I should trust you.
Well, Gormagon, I think you should trust them. They've repaired the garden, which is good for all of us. They gave fresh fruit to my boy Stan Bob, when even his own mother couldn't manage that.
Well, despite some misgivings I had, I'll accept what others have said about me.
Right.
I think I should show you the way into the heart of the phase. The secret entry that Tusken is so afraid of. I feel that something good can come of this.
Alright, so we'll finally find the secret place in the ship. Alright, so I guess we go down there. I don't know if there's anything else we can take.
Jim, given the mental states of these people, the less damage we do to their environment, the better.
In other words, Doctor, if we don't need something for our mission, we shouldn't touch it.
That's my recommendation.
I do not see the toy box's relevance to this mission.
Oh, anything else in this room?
No effect.
Alright, I think we're ready to go down. Let's make a save here.
Save new game. Replace previous.
Alright, thank you for the follow the Ed Starlight 2513. Very much appreciated. This room is definitely interesting. Let's go ahead and use the science tricorder here.
Nothing unusual about that object, Captain.
Nothing unusual about it.
Nothing unusual about that object, Captain. This web wire wall reads somewhat like an antique hand-wired computer circuit, Captain. And at the same time, like something which surpasses even what can be found aboard the Enterprise. This damaged area does not appear to be functioning, but based on information I acquired from my interaction with Puzzlewit, I could attempt to repair it with a connector and some wire.
Alright, so we can try to use maybe the light bar, maybe?
If you'll bring that over to me, I might have a better suggestion if I took a closer look at it.
Alright, let's give it to Captain Claw here. Work with the Klingon here.
I worked with things like these when I was younger. Given our surroundings, see if you don't find this more useful.
Alright. So we got these conductors.
Allow me, Captain. Let me do that. The information I acquired from Puzzlewit's mind indicates this could be a delicate operation, easily mishandled. I think you will find it fits just here. Lieutenant Uhura, if you will bring over that length of wire while I hold this in place, I believe we can get this repaired speedily.
Certainly, Mr. Spock. With that in place, I can see that it will easily fit. Here.
Alright, so this machine hooked up here.
The final connection is made, and Uhura smiles widely.
That's it! That fixes the broken connection.
Thank you. I am now once again whole, and no longer an intelligence divided against myself. The system you repaired will re-enable me to analyze and update received data from external and internal sensor systems, altering conceptual constructs of previously acquired data. These systems appear to have been malfunctioning for some time, although it will take additional review to clarify all conditions. Much may have been lost permanently.
Jim, do you notice? The phase isn't switching between I and we like it did in the oratory. And the voice is a single note, not a harmonic chord of blended voices.
And it hasn't suggested we go get something to eat either.
I am chagrined that my decision responsibilities have endangered my mission. The Compassion was launched with the best of intentions. If I can answer anyone's questions, I will endeavor to do so.
Captain Kirk, don't mind if I ask a question to you.
You'll get your turn, Klingon. Just hold your horses. Other things come first.
Alright,
Be my guest, Captain. Ask away. You'll get your turn, Klingon. Just hold your horses. Be my guest, Captain. Ask away.
So a peaceful mission, so might as well keep things peaceful.
That you give me first place to speak is a mark of honor, Captain Kirk, and does not pass unnoticed, particularly in light of the urgency of your own questions. Hayes, this ship passed through the heart of Klingon space. We were not even aware of it until it was nearly out of our territory. We backtracked it and found it must have closely approached places we find sensitive. We expect assurances that data you may have collected there will not reach the hands of those who mean us harm.
We seek proof. We expect you to download your entire memory into our ship's computers, that we may search it for data you have no right to.
Thereby would you not acquire data to which you have no right?
My aide speaks too strongly. While it is true we are interested in the knowledge and technology you possess, technology to pass through our empire undetected, knowledge of how to twist space back upon itself. For that data, we will treat with you as one civilized people with another. But it is a justified request that we ask you to destroy all data dealing with anything you learn within our borders.
Had I any data, I would agree to seal it. However, as you should have deduced, I have none. Until my sensory systems were repaired, my ability to receive and process data was severely impaired, especially in regard to external data updates. Based on my present reanalysis of nearby space, I would speculate that my only data on your present sphere of influence would be as that area of space existed a very long time ago indeed.
That is information for us to know, not you. Erase it.
Silence! Hayes, we would welcome access to that information, but on the same basis as we would bargain with you for technological data. We have more to offer with you, I believe, than the Federation represented by these others.
Klingon Komparha Nesoi Hatkla. So web kordo.
Phase, do not be hasty making that decision.
I lack sufficient data to make any assessment. I can give no answer at this time.
The primary reason we came aboard was to find a way to stop you from landing on top of our colony on Atibus, which would certainly kill thousands of our people. Now that your external senses are functional, have you altered your plans about where you intend to put the ship down?
What?
How did your systems become damaged?
I'm curious about what your builders really had in mind, shipping off all these people off-planet. There seems to have been some shadier agenda. The eugenics wars of our own past produced some of the ugliest abuses in human history. And notorious characters like Khan Noonien Singh, whose name still resounds with infamy. How is this ship you call the Compassion justified?
I'd be interested to learn more about those who built this ship. Their achievements certainly seem erratic in sophistication, but much of it goes beyond even what we are capable of accomplishing today. For example, the Paralance medium for recording computer data is something we are only now beginning to explore. I think there's much to be learned from these people. That's all for now, Phase. I assume we can talk to you if we have more questions. The primary reason we came aboard was to find a way to stop you from landing on top of our colony on Atibus, which would certainly kill thousands of our people.
No, Captain Kirk. I will certainly not set the Compassion down in a populated area, now that I can see it is there. I am at present in communication with the planetary authorities, and they are directing me to a stationary orbit until further arrangements can be made for my wards. Then are there other questions?
Is the ship still set to land on Atibus colony? How did your systems become damaged?
I'm curious about what...
Is the ship still set to land on Atibus colony?
Oh, I've got all these questions here.
No, Captain Kirk. I will certainly not set the Compassion down in a populated area, now that I can see it. Then are there other questions?
Is the ship still set to... How did your systems become damaged?
I am sorry I cannot explain this at this time. I do not even know if it is explicable. inexplicable. But I will search my memory for an answer for you. Then are there other questions?
Is the ship still set to land on Atibus colony? Please clarify the anomalies we have perceived while being on board.
I'm curious about what...
Please clarify the anomalies we have perceived while being on board.
I am sorry I cannot explain this at this time. I do not even know if it is explicable. But I will search my memory for an answer for you. Then are there other questions?
Is the ship still set to land? Please clarify.
I'm curious about what your builders
I have no information about your eugenics wars. But a fundamental social philosophy of the builders was that civilized people of goodwill would tolerate and value variability as a sign of cultural and social health. That a civilization will be judged by its tolerance of disparate ideas, by how it treats those who cannot protect themselves, be they very young, very old, or otherwise challenged, by the measure of altruism extended to those less powerful, even when rightfully in possession of something desired.
A central aspect of Vulcan philosophy is embodied in the Idic. Infinite diversity in infinite combinations. It would seem the builders pursued similar high ideals.
High ideals, perhaps, but that does not explain why these people are in space phase.
More than this I cannot explain. However, you can locate additional library data under the heading Compassion. Oh, I haven't made it available. I should have done that immediately. I can't imagine why I didn't think of it.
Fascinating, Captain. That instance of forgetfulness makes it possible to speculate that the phase is not wholly restored after all.
Then are there other questions?
Is the ship still set to land on Atibus colony? Please clarify that.
I'd still like to know a little more about why these people were shipped into space.
I'd be interested to learn more about those who built this ship. Their achievements certainly seem erratic in sophistication, but much of it goes beyond even what we are capable of.
My best recommendation is to examine the library records under Builders or Technology. There is more data than I can easily explain. Then are there other questions?
Is the ship still set to land on Atibus colony? Please clarify.
I'd still like to know a little...
I would still like to learn more about these people.
That's all for now, Faze. I assume we can talk to you if we have more questions.
I will do my best, Captain. Although intelligent entities often find that there are more questions than answers.
Oh, let's go and save it after all that conversation.
Save new game. Replace pre...
Maybe you can grab this green chip here. Let's see what we can do with this.
The crystalline lens feels cool and surprisingly heavy, with smoothly polished edges.
Let's take a look at this green item.
This seems pointless.
Really? You can't look at it?
A somewhat small greenish-blue blanket.
And what happened to the green crystal I picked up? Well, that's it, I guess. I'll use this in here, I guess.
The lens slips easily into the terminal's reading port and the screen activates.
Compassion. Diagi, decision. Shambrum, philosophy. Builders. Technology, exit database. Compassion.
I think we want to go with compassion.
The name of ascetic class starship. The name signified the compassion for the travelers, all of whom were diagnosed with life quality inhibiting disorders of class 3 or higher. After a full generation of debate on ethics, a consensus opinion was reached, the so-called Diagi decision. Final planned destination of the compassion was a return to Shambrum in 4 generations.
Now, just 1 minute, Faze. Are you listening? You keep saying you can't remember or you lack data or what have you. Even the library data seems vague, incomplete, and contradictory. If you don't know, then who does?
Forgive the pause. I had to think long and hard to discover if you had correctly passed this final test. You correctly identify the heart of the matter. Let me introduce you to my builders.
This is madness! Phase, what is this?
Despite our misgivings, you have shown yourselves to be the representatives of spacefaring peoples we, the Brassica, would most trust to make first contact with.
Oh,
the
Brassica
contest
again.
has been in progress for some time. Situations in which your true colors have been explored. The invitation has been made. You may return to your ship if you prefer, or you may step through whenever you are ready. Then, the final round begins.
I think you have it right, Captain Clark. This is madness, Jim.
I think, Bones, it's Shakespeare who had it right. Though this be madness, yet there is a method in it.
I agree with the sentiment, Captain Kirk. There is something more going on here, far deeper than first appearances have suggested. I imagine you will accept the invitation. I will certainly choose to go, whether you do or not. I believe the invitation is extended to
I will not permit that, Captain Clark. I will take all methods to prevent you. I will not go. It is certainly a Federation trick.
You begin to sound like Tusken in the other room. Get a grip of yourself and act like an officer.
Alright. So I guess we want to go to the portal here.
Captain Clark, I will not let you depart. These human scum have tricked you. If I have to beat up all of you, I will. You, Vulcan, you understand orders. Help me knock out my mad captain, and I will take him away and out of your hair.
Let's talk to the captain here, maybe?
I am determined to go explore. There may be dangers, but I accepted that challenge the first day I decided to make my life in space. I fear I have my doubts about my aide, however. I rather don't think he's a fit companion for this expedition.
Oh, he punched him. Alright. Now we might be going to the portal.
Mr. Scott, they've disappeared off the sensors.
What do you mean, laddie?
They've just vanished.
Yeah, there's a method to it.
Captain's log, stardate 6269.3. The landing party and the Klingon Captain Clark have passed through a portal in time and space. We're about to face tests by the Brassica. Success will mean formal relations. Failure will mean unknown.
Welcome. We applaud your willingness to confront the unknown.
Please tell us what's going on. Where are we?
Patience. I cannot answer all yet. Those elements of our society still ill at ease with your cultures have more questions.
We've had enough. No more foolish tests.
Alright.
More tests. Let's just get on with it. I'd like to hear what the others think. More tests. Let's just get on with it.
Alright, let's go ahead and so I assume that this is the last mission here. I guess it'll be a dialogue puzzle here.
Listen. We have modified our legends by what we understand of your species. You will be asked a question and may discuss it. Only one person may answer. Begin. I make the first query. It is that question posed to the heroic companions we call the Gerund. Answer this. Who among you may go to the greatest pains in the pursuit of life? You may talk. I will withdraw until you choose to speak with me. Remember, only one of you may reply.
Alright, let's talk to you.
First, Kirk, I would hear you explain if you should be the one to answer, and why.
I'm sorry, Captain Clark, if I decide to present myself as the one to answer, and I'm considering it. I'll explain to the Brassican then and no sooner. Point taken. Very well. So that everyone has a chance to make their own case, I will explain what I consider to be the sensible choice. I'm sorry, Captain Clark. Point taken.
Let's take this
Very well.
second
So that
option,
everyone
yeah.
has a chance to make their own case, I will explain what I consider to be the sensible choice. I'm a ship's captain. 430 lives depend on me, on my every decision. Our mission is, in part, to seek out new life, new civilizations, so it comes down to me.
Am I any different? Does not my crew live or die on my decisions? I explore space for the Klingon Empire!
The starship captain stands as representative of the United Federation of Planets. Many races, whose goals and visions for the future are pursued together. Who shoulders the greater weight, Captain Clark?
No one has ever accused you of modesty, Kirk. See it as you will. You, surrounded by your fellow humans and officers, or me, the sole representative of my empire.
Alright, let's talk to you.
I may not be Vulcan, but I'm the logical choice. Who goes through more pains in pursuit of life than a doctor?
Alright, doctor, yeah, but doctor goes through a lot of pain in life.
The Brassican's question is not, properly speaking, a riddle. A riddle has a right and a wrong answer. This is more philosophical, with many possible answers.
Then how can we possibly answer correctly, Spock? Or can we?
One answer will seem more satisfactory than all others, Captain.
At least we can eliminate you, Spock, from this horse race. I don't see any right answer for you to be the person who would go to the greatest pain in the pursuit of life.
On the contrary, Doctor, respect for all living things is fundamental to Vulcan philosophy. A rigorous adherence, unlike humans' variable justifications.
You aren't suggesting, Spock, that you're the right choice.
I believe I may be, Doctor. The Brassicans may agree.
I tend to disagree with that, Mr. Spock. Hello there, Montauk. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I'm a doctor, not a scholar. I talk to you all a lot.
Gentlemen, I think you may be overlooking a fundamental difference between me and everyone else here. I am the only female, the only one capable of bringing forth new life. That qualifies me as the one among us who might go to the greatest pains in the pursuit of life.
Jim, it's evident that each of us believes we're the right choice. I'm reasonably sure I'm the person they have in mind. But I can see everyone can make a case for themselves.
As indeed we have, Doctor.
I fail to see how further discussion will alter the situation. Either you must come to some decision, weighing the strength of individual opinions,
or I get some hints out of our green host.
Alright, let's save our game.
Save new game. Cancel. Delete previous game. Save new game.
So this is mission 8, I guess. So I think you all are gonna be the one, since the birth, pain of birth is probably gonna be the greatest pursuit of life.
Alone among the people here, I am female and capable of childbearing. The nurturing of a new life remains a uniquely female labor. Certainly I am the one among us who might go to the greatest pains in the pursuit of life.
Your answer is accepted. However, this is not to say whether this answer is right or wrong.
Where's he gone?
The next question awaits, Captain Kirk.
I assume that's the right answer.
You are nothing like the Jared, who hold a special place in our memories. The second question: who among you wrestles most intensely with the chaos of life? Talk amongst yourselves. I will answer
Chaos
questions
of
if I
life.
can. In the end, only one may reply.
I want to say doctor, Mr. McCoy, but let's talk to everybody first, obviously.
It's obvious you have never spent time among Klingons, Kirk. The life of the Klingon warrior is the struggle between control and chaos.
Controlled chaos is how you describe it, Clark? I'm surprised.
Clearly, the Brassica know more of us than you, and I am certainly the one who these aliens intend to answer. My lineage extols the tradition of Kalas.
My reasons for selecting myself are at least as good as yours, Clark.
Alright, so,
As with the previous question, this is a question of judgment, Captain.
Meaning there's no right or wrong answer.
I suspect that Brassica would disagree with you, Captain. There is likely a specific answer they expect. I can only speculate.
And?
Each of us can best make his or her own case. As science officer, I believe myself likely. It is the very heart of science to attempt to comprehend the fundamentally chaotic nature of the universe.
Chaotic? If the universe wasn't ordered, we couldn't make sense of it, Spock.
As you are certainly aware, Doctor, chaos defines the very nature of patterns. However, this does not mean random.
Well, that may be. On the other hand, I would be the last person to say a Vulcan wrestles with any concept. And don't you raise your eyebrow at me, Spock.
Talk to Mr. McCoy here.
Spock's on the right track, Jim, but he's still wrong. I focus on the chaos of life. Who struggles more than a physician?
Made some sense, McCoy. And I've heard you were a humble country doctor. Sounded more like a Vulcan.
No need to be insulting.
Gentlemen, we've had enough chaos to deal with. Interesting analysis, Bones. However, I think I might be the one the Brassica have in mind.
Alright, let's go ahead and, here, can't save it again. Let's just, go with McCoy here. I think McCoy is the right one here. Makes the most sense.
I am a physician. I am the one who cares for life and health of hundreds aboard the Enterprise. The patterns of chaos are the patterns of life and death, and every day of my professional life is focused on balancing those patterns towards sustaining the quality of life. I am the one among us who struggles most intensely with the chaos of life.
Your answer is accepted, Dr. McCoy. However, this is not to say whether this answer is right or wrong in our sight.
You expect me to stand by while my people keep disappearing?
The next question awaits, Captain Kirk.
Congratulations, Captain. There are those among us
who doubted you could make it this far. The third question is somewhat different, but our heroes, the Gerent, found the answer. Solve this equation. Pig plus X equals cow. Talk among yourselves. I will answer questions if I can. Only one may reply.
This sounds like a science question, so probably gonna be Spock. Let's talk to everybody here.
How to solve Tlok Pok plus X equals Sobak Noth? Not the sort of problem I'm used to.
What are you saying? The question was pig plus X equals cow.
Interesting, Kirk. I heard Tlok Pok plus X equals Sorok Nav. To humans, it would translate to plant plus X equal hive paper. What did you hear, Vulcan?
Chicken plus X equals reality.
Each question starts with something edible. Pigs and chickens are farm stock, are they not?
Many elements of Federation society do not consume animal flesh, Captain Clark. In principle, however, you are correct. But I believe the answer is, there is no logical answer.
I don't think so, Spock. But I don't like yours either, Clark. Where's the relationship between a cow, hive paper, and reality?
Difficult, I admit, Kirk. But they must be connected.
I'm not impressed, Clark. The Brassica addressed me first. I think we need to answer pig plus X equals cow.
You try my patience, Kirk. There's a pattern and an answer. A Tlok Pok grows a flower that Ka-Cha insects visit, and Ka-Cha make nectar and hive paper. So flour would work.
And what does that do for my question? Or Spock's?
Your officer was asked to solve chicken plus X equal reality. The philosophers of Ballari 7 maintain a celestial bird something like a chicken laid an egg from which the universe hatched. The idea of reality began as something egg-shaped, was an early theory of Klingon cosmologists.
You're stretching, Clark.
It all fits. The Tlokpok flower is egg-shaped. Therefore, I believe egg is correct for all equations. Kirk, in a barter society, might not a cow be worth, say, a pig with a clutch of eggs thrown in?
Plar, I come from a farm on Earth in a state called Iowa. Your solution makes some sense, but so would pig plus crate of apples equal cow. It's something else.
If I may, based on the evidence, I remain convinced there is no answer.
A time will come when we must answer.
I'm willing to let either of you answer.
The Brassica will allow only one to answer.
Oh, I think go with Spock here, 'cause I think he is right. But that equation does not make any sense at all. So let's go and use Spock here.
The question I heard was chicken plus X equals reality. This question is nonsensical, as is Captain Kirk's. Therefore, I deduce the answer is that there is no answer.
Your answer is accepted. However, this is not to say whether this answer is right or wrong.
You plan to make off with everyone? Do you really expect me to keep taking that without protest?
The next question awaits, Captain Kirk.
I am astonished that an alien like you has muddled your way this far. It is a great honor that we share the Riddle Master's questions to the gerund. The last question. Answer this. There are two present. Only one may go. Why should you be the one to leave this place alive? Discuss this. I will answer questions if I can and will. You might want to discuss this with me to explore your options.
Alright, let us save the game here.
Save new game. Cancel. Delete previous game.
Let's go back. We'll delete that.
Save new game.
Go mission 8-2 here. Let's talk to Mr. Clark about this.
Intriguing question, Kirk. Two captains representing empires at odds with each other.
The Federation is no empire, Clar, and the Organian Treaty assures we are not at each other's throat.
Be honest. There are many differences between us. I wish to hear your analysis before I offer my own thoughts.
Alright. So let's talk to the green dude.
We're ready with our answer. We have questions to ask. We're ready with our answer. We have questions to ask. We're ready with our answer.
Let the one who would answer be the next one to talk.
Alright.
We're ready with our answer. We have questions to ask.
Ask your question.
Would you repeat the original question, just as you asked it? Why should you want to prevent one or the other of us from leaving here? Is there anything we might do that would win a hint to the type of answer you're expecting? Perhaps something that would indicate a real choice? Would you repeat the original question, just as you asked it? Why should you want to prevent one or the other of us from leaving here? Is there anything we might do that would win a hint to the type of answer you're expecting? Perhaps something that would indicate a real choice?
Something like, let's try this option, see what happens.
No, Captain. Ask all the questions you wish, if you think that will help. Beyond that, why should we expand upon the question when it is such a straightforward query?
We're ready with our answer. I want to talk with my associates. We'll get back to you. I want to get back to a different question. We're ready with our answer. I want to talk with my associates. We'll get back to you.
Let's talk to him again.
Intriguing question, Kirk. Two captains representing empires at odds.
The Federation is no...
Be honest.
There's nothing new here.
You get no response.
We're ready with our answer. We have questions to ask. We're ready with our answer.
Let the one who would answer be the next one to talk.
We're ready with our answer.
Why can't I get there? Maybe I need to go...
Let the one who would answer.
I use Coke on the...
I've made the decision unilaterally, without consulting Captain Clark in this matter.
Don't assume you can answer with easy impunity, Captain Kirk. I will not stand here and let you casually throw away my life.
Please state your position, Captain Kirk.
My decision is obvious. There's no question that I, representing the peaceful and unified Federation, am the only one who should continue. I expect this answer will surprise Captain Clark, but I am willing to step aside here. I know the Brassica will seek out the Federation in good time, even if it doesn't happen right now. The Klingons need the civilizing influence which the Brassica offer, and I think Captain Clark has shown himself to be the best possible representative. Let him proceed.
I don't think that's the right answer.
You want me to choose one of us or the other to proceed? Well, frankly, I don't think it's right to put either of us at risk. We're both starship captains, both legitimate representatives of millions of inhabitants on thousands of planets. I want another alternative, another choice.
Let's choose this option. So this is the middle ground, not to piss off the Klingon here.
Captain Kirk, you have stepped forward to make your choice, and that choice is very simple.
I proceed from this room alone. Allow Captain Clark to proceed from this room alone. We both proceed from this room, or neither of us does.
Let's gamble here. And go with the neutral option here, saying that both of us should leave. Either one of or both of us go, or none of us go.
There is no such option offered. What exactly do you mean by choosing in this way? That perhaps you should both die?
No, Brassican, it means we're changing the rules. You want one to remain, perhaps to die, and one to go on? We refuse to play that game. You want to meet with us as much as we wish to meet with you, so take us both through, or let us both remain in this surreal purgatory forever. Take it or leave it.
You have confounded me, Captain Kirk. I did not believe you would make such a choice.
But I declared all along that this race had the qualities we sought. The understanding of both leadership and sacrifice. Captain Kirk, you have achieved all that I, at least, had hoped of you. It is time for us to greet you face to face.
Oh boy, aliens here.
Greetings. We look forward to a long and fruitful relationship with both your peoples. Your starships will be welcome here on any peaceful mission.
I am pleased to meet you face to face as well. However, I want my crew back.
Of course, Captain.
You're all right, all of you? You were treated well?
We are unharmed, Captain. We engaged in enlightening discussions with the Brassicans. They felt it necessary to isolate themselves so long ago because of interstellar disputes between...
Later, Spock. Right now, I'm glad you're okay.
Indeed, Captain. We are well.
But they couldn't be sure we would pass all their tests. Brassican, how do you explain that?
Some of us could not restrain our desire to learn. It seemed worth the risk, and has proved so.
I believe the Federation and the Brassica will have a long and fascinating future together.
Although my associate, Septhi, has great misgivings about breaking our isolation, others of us have high hopes.
You are star-eyed, you imagine that no difficulties lie ahead. However, all conditions have been met, and so I also welcome you, Captain Kirk.
Thank you. Septhi, is it?
Yes, and our moderator, leader to you, is Zenti.
Zenti, Aha, and Septhi. I hope to show you you've made the right decision.
Speaking for the Klingon Empire, I too look forward to the relationship between all peoples. You surprise me, Kirk. Perhaps one day we will even trust you.
We'll just have to see, won't we?
Captains, feel free to look around while we summon your two ships to these coordinates. Captain Kirk, I have something interesting to show you over here. Come with me.
Alright, we'll go see Mr. Surfai. You gonna kill me behind the wall there or something? Yeah, playing Might and Magic. The aliens are not friendly.
Save new game. Replace previous game.
Let's save it here.
Captain Kirk, I have misgivings about the Klingon race. For our mutual protection, here is a Paralens disk of data which I want you to have. With this knowledge, you can come to our defense. Will you take it and safeguard our future?
Yes, I'll take the disc. Not without knowing more about it.
Alright.
No, take it up with the Federation ambassador when he gets here. Yes, I'll take the disc.
Oh, take it. This guy's the Paralens to give us information, so we can take a look at it and make it the deciding factor or something. So I guess we need to, let's see, talk to Carl maybe?
Captain Kirk, isn't it time you returned to your ship?
Maybe share this knowledge with the Klingon, perhaps? She worked?
What's this, Kirk? It looks like a Paralens. Zente, what do you know about this?
Captain Kirk, is it your intention to turn over that data to Captain Clark?
Yes, in the name of the trust and cooperation, Captain Clark, the data disk belongs in your hands. Not only to show it, Captain Clark, do you have anything to share as a result of seeing this?
Yeah, this second option seems like the best option to get more information from the Klingons.
Yes, in the name of the trust and cooperation, Captain Clark, the data disk belongs in your hands. Not only to show it, Captain Clark, do you have anything to share as a result of seeing this?
Are you suggesting, Captain, that I might have secretly been handed one of these also? I was told this disc contained a scan of Federation space.
Fancy that. The Braskan Septhi said this disc contained a scan of Klingon space. Playing both sides, Zenti?
Perhaps, Captain Kirk. Or perhaps this is our final test. What if those discs contain scans of your home space, respectively? Or our finest technologies?
Give us a reader console to examine the data.
Even if you had a reader console, which of you would be the one to use it? You must decide what to do without the knowledge.
Clark, give me your disc, and I'll give you this one.
Alright.
Clark, let's give both discs back.
I don't like that option.
Clark, smash yours, and then I'll smash this one.
No, that's not gonna work either.
Keep both discs, Clark. I rely on your honor to break them both.
I got a little risky there.
Give them both to me, Clark. Trust me to do what is right.
Your car is not going to trust me, so that's not going to happen.
Clark, give me your disc, and I'll give you this one.
And trade discs.
Clark, let's give both discs back.
I can give both back, which is not really going to help us here.
Clark, smash yours, and then I'll smash this one.
That requires trust from close part. That's not going to happen.
Keep both discs, Clark. I rely on your honor to break them both.
So, Klingons are honorable. Maybe this is the option we want. Or it could be the option we don't want to choose. But let's try number 4 here.
Trust brings trust, Kirk.
You have won our respect, Captain. Both of you. Those discs were blank and no scans existed. This was truly the final test. I am greatly reassured about our intersecting futures.
I doubt we have seen the last Brassican test, Zente. Seems to be your nature. The Klingons will do well. Now I think it is time for us to go.
Let me leave you with this. Individuals among us act as individuals, for good and for ill. But overall, the different races of the Federation are joined in a mutual respect that overcomes differences. I think you will be pleased with this.
I think I can already see that, Captain Kirk. Farewell.
Alright, mission complete, I suspect.
Captain's Log, Stardate 6270.5. We have succeeded in making formal contact with the Brassica. We look forward to a long and productive relationship with them. So, Lieutenant, you turned down the Brassica's offer to become the Federation official ambassador.
Not in my job description, Captain, and they were probably just testing me.
A formidable accomplishment, Captain. Establishing diplomatic relations with a new and advanced alien race. Improving our relations with the Klingons. Impressive.
Thank you, Mr. Spock.
Everyone's so cheerful today. Even Spock's in a good mood. This makes me nervous.
Message from Starfleet, Captain.
There's my answer.
I reviewed your report from your recent assignment, Captain, and have a few comments. I am very pleased with your performance. It was a perfect mission, Jim.
Oh, perfect
your
mission.
reputation as Starfleet's best starship captain is secure. Kane out.
Another message from Starfleet.
On screen.
Jim, we have evaluated your current series of missions, and we are satisfied with your performance. You've done some good work lately. Keep it up.
Thank you, Admiral.
That's all, Jim. Starfleet out.
You could have been a little more enthusiastic. We haven't been doing badly.
Starfleet was not built on adequacy, Doctor. They have always had high expectations.
And so they should. We can always do better, Bones.
I think I reached my limits a long time ago, Jim.
None of us have reached it yet, Bones, but somewhere out there, there's a new challenge. And I can't wait to see what it is.
Alright, hello there, Buttercup. Came just in time for the end. Alright, so that is the end of Star Trek Judgment Rites. So much like the first game, it is definitely a fun adventure game that everyone should play. Very well done. It is possible to dead end yourself in this game, but yeah, not much in the way of space combat. Unlike the first game, so I would have liked to see a little more space combat in this one. But nothing as difficult as the first game. So, yeah. Already at the end, yes. We can thank Ambazine for picking out this game. So, always, she always picks good games for us to play. And next up in this slot is going to be Alien Nations, which going to be an interesting game. It's kind of like Settlers, even though I never actually played any Settlers games. So it's kind of like building your economy and getting food for your village and stuff like that, with a little bit of combat. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit different. It's pretty relaxing compared to a lot of the other games I've been playing recently. And yeah, we'll check that out. Probably tomorrow night. That I'll be on vacation on Monday, so we can do 2 streams tomorrow. Yeah, we will play Might and Magic 1 at 1 p.m. and we will play some Alien Nations at 7 p.m. So will be a lot of fun and a lot of streams. Alright, I think this thing doesn't loop at all. Or it doesn't quit. So we just got space here. Yeah, definitely a lot of fun, definitely a lot of interesting dialogue, and interesting choices, and different types of puzzles, including a couple of dialogue puzzles. Last episode was completely a dialogue puzzle. Alright, so I guess we will leave this off with that's going to be it for tonight. So if you're not already, please do feel free to follow me here on Twitch and Twitter and Discord and YouTube and all those fun places. And yeah, we'll play some more games tomorrow. Starting off with Might and Magic 1 at 1 p.m. And we'll be playing some Alien Nations, which is a pretty unheard of game. So we'll be doing that at 7 p.m. tomorrow night. So feel free to join me for either of those. So let's go and find some of the raids here tonight. Oh, let's see, who is on here? Let's see here. Oh boy, oh boy, 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 boy. Let us give. I guess we'll give Ton a Ghost raid. Still playing some Mario and Wario. Still doing that last level, which is quite challenging. So let's check them out. Yeah, no problem at all there, Buttercup. So everyone here have a good night. And I will catch you guys tomorrow for some more interesting streams.